I'm not a cisgender. I am a biological woman. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this so other people can get this, and turn on your post notification bell so you can get a notification when I go live. Now today I want to talk about something that's, I wouldn't say unpopular, but it's like a touchy situation, a touchy subject to talk about, and it's transgenders. Now I wouldn't say all transgender women, because you don't ever hear nothing in the news about transgender men in sports, you know what I'm saying, or transgender men in certain things. It's always transgender women dominating women's sports and different things of that nature. So I had ran across someone's Twitter. Hold on, let me pull it up. I don't know, IMO, trans women are fully allowed not to want to date a man, but see, he finds other men attracted and would fuck other men. It has nothing to do with cheating. We deserve to feel validated, real, no matter what, and if that means only dating straight men, who is harmed? Now, okay, if a transgender woman, because it's always transgender woman that we discuss it. A transgender woman, she is saying, why is it not okay for a transgender woman to date straight men? And it's just like, it's common sense. You can't force your beliefs on someone else. Now, I'm not talking about down low men or men that they ain't saying that they messing around with trans. Gay men, we talk about straight men. If a man is straight, he wants to date a biological woman, not someone that identifies as a woman. And that should be their right, just like it should be transgender rights to date whoever wants to date them. Now, if a straight man can't be straight if he dating a transgender woman, because that woman was biologically born a male. So when you come talking to straight men, why should you feel like it's okay for you to date straight men? They're straight, just like you're trans. They're straight. Like, I don't understand how it is, and I see a lot of transgender women that feel this way, feel like they should be able to date straight men because they are a woman. They believe that they are a woman, but biologically you're not a woman. And if a man doesn't want to date someone that previously was a man, that should be their right. I don't think everybody want their rights to be how can I put it? Everybody want their rights to be heard, but a lot of people don't want to accept the rights of other people. Just like I have a problem with transgender women in women's sports, because it's nothing scientifically proven that once you identify as a woman, that does not lower your testosterone. I wouldn't say lower your testosterone, because they do have hormones to make that lower so you can get the female traits, but it doesn't seem nothing that can normal your strength. Just look at that UFC fighter, the transgender woman that was fighting a biological woman and cracked her skull, or the biological man that outran all the women or outswimmed all the women in the other sports. And when she was in sports as a man, he came last. But when she became a woman, now she's outperforming the women. I just think it's unfair coming from a woman that we should have to compete with transgender women in sports. I feel like they should have their own sports, and that way it won't be nothing. Because just say this, for instance, because you never hear nothing about transgender men dominate in any man's sport. If you have, link the thing below so I can read on. I just never have seen anything like that. But have a transgender, so it's okay for a transgender woman to go in the ring and fight Mayweather, and y'all feel like that's fair? I mean, some stuff is just common sense, and it's not to hurt anybody. I don't have any problem with anybody, what you say you identify as. I try to respect, every month, every week, this is a new term. Only thing that I don't like, personally, me, is when a transgender woman address me as cis. I'm not a cis woman. I'm a biological woman. I'm a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, cis, that term just came out. Let me tell you when the term cisgender just came out. It came out around the time when transgender, because when I was growing up, it was just always either you was gay, bi, or bisexual. Or, what was the other term? Gay, bisexual. I don't know. I forgot the other terms, but hold on, let me look. Okay, so basically cisgenders came out in the 90s. The early 90s, the term went far back in textbooks in 1990. That's when the word cisgender. So cisgender is nothing that has been happening since time. Since time, it's been female and male. Then with the new things, the new way of life that people is living, new things that has came along. So I always tell people, don't address me. Just like I have to respect transgenders, I have to respect people's pronouns. You have to respect my way of things that I feel like. I don't want to be referred to as a cis woman. I guess some transgenders feel that by saying real or biological that offends them, but I don't understand how something that's truly me is offensive to you. You know what I'm saying? Why should I dummy down me? And that's just like with the tampons. They took the woman off the tampons to suit the fact that say women are not the only person that have periods, men do. Like, we have to go along with this lie. You know what I'm saying? It's a lie, because men cannot give birth. Biological men cannot have birth. Biological men cannot have periods. Now, transgender men, yes, because they are originally a female, still have female organs. Yes, they can reproduce. Yes, they can have periods. But why should we take off our women's signs, I guess, to sue them? Like, I just don't, a lot of that stuff I just don't understand. I just think it's unfair. And when it's coming to women, it's like we are being stripped of our rights to pacify people that identify as us. If I wanted to be something, you go along and be along with that person, not come in, well, you need to take this off, take off the women's sign, because that offends us. Like, how does a women's sign on tampons offend you when women have periods? Like, biological women have periods, not transgender women. They can't have periods. A transgender man, yes, because guess what? They have female organs. They are still a woman, but they identify as a man. And I just think some of that stuff is just unfair, and I just think it's just time to talk about it. And especially me, and I follow T.S. Madison. I like her because she's very honest and outspoken about her, who she is, who she becoming. I love her to death. I've been following her ever since her and Kaya was together doing the judge shows. That's how long I've been following T.S. Madison. And it's like her, what's the other lady name? What's the other lady name? Oh my God, I love her too. And she had got some backlashes because she had the same views as me and other women have had. Like, you can't just come and just erase a woman because you want to be a woman and dummy them down because, what is her name? Geez, I got to think of her name, but I love her too. Them two high profile celebrity status people that y'all know, T.S. Madison, and I can't think of her name off the top. I'll think of it in a minute. that both of them have the same, because the other one kind of views kind of different when it comes to removing the women's signs and all this, saying men can get pregnant. Like, why are we lying to sue someone that identifies as something? Men cannot get pregnant. Men cannot have birth. Like, why are we in a society switching stuff that's scientifically proven? This is not my opinion. This is not something that I think that go on. This is not something. This is something that in life, real life, scientifically is proven. Whether what you identify as has nothing to do with the truth. The truth is, men that's born with a penis and male organs cannot conceive birth, cannot have periods. Only people that can do that is females that have female organs and have a vagina from birth. Those are the people that can have a baby. Those are the people that can have periods. So I think it's kind of like a slap in the face to biological women, that we have to sit back and let me see how I can put it. We have to sit back and dummy down our thoughts and how we feel on something, because we don't want to be labeled as transphobic, or because that's the first thing you say every time you say something against anything in the trans community or even in the gay community. They try to label you as transphobic. I'm probably gonna get called transphobic or gay phobia, whatever they want to call it, after this video, but that's not true. But I'm not here to explain how many gay friends I got and who I like, anything else. I'm just stating my honest opinion on this. And then the lady was going back and forth that I showed you on Twitter. It's mad because straight men are telling her they don't want to date a transgender, and basically the people in the comments are calling those men transphobic. Like, how are they transphobic? Because they want to have sex and date a biological woman, not someone that identifies that. How is that transphobic? It's like, so you're gonna make me, that's like a transgender man coming to me and telling me you're gonna date me because I am a man, you're gonna respect me and my pronouns, and I'm supposed to be okay with it. Like, when would the buck stop? When would people pick up and say something? If you want to date a transgender man or woman, whatever sex you are, that's fine. That's your choice. That's your prerogative, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for those of us that don't want to, that want to date someone that's the opposite, that was biologically born a male or biologically born a woman, they should respect our views just like we have to respect their views. And I just think some of that stuff need to be called out. And just because I want to date someone straight that was born biologically a male, that does not mean I don't like transgender men or I have a problem with transgender women. Is no, I just want to date a biological man that is a man, that came out as a man, nothing that they identified with, nothing that they had surgery with and changed. And I just think that it's just time for us women to step up and, you know, just speak on stuff like this and not be labeled as transphobia or be labeled as someone that don't like that sex. And I just think that's unfair that we can't speak our truth without being labeled those things. Like, why should I be labeled transphobic when I say I want to date a straight male? Like, when is the real reality, real life facts becoming any kind of phobia? Like, stuff that's a fact, scientifically proven, that has nothing to do with feelings or emotions or anything like that, that now is considered a lie just to pacify someone else. And I just think that's wrong, just in these cases. I just think that it's really wrong that we have to sit up here and not say nothing. If we do say something, we labeled as this, we labeled as that. I just don't think that that is fair. And I think we should be able to speak on anything we want to speak on. Like I spoke on what I just spoke on, but I wasn't derogatory towards transgender men or women. I didn't say anything derogatory. I'm just telling you how I feel and how I want it to be addressed. Just like with the new pronouns, they want to address you as they, their, he, she, or whatever else the case may be. And I'm telling you, don't address me as cisgender, and you have a problem with that. Like, you can't have it both ways. I'm not a cisgender. I am a biological woman. Now, I know saying real woman will offend some transgenders, but I mean, that's the truth. But I try to stay away from saying real, just because I don't want to be offensive. That's why I say biologically. You know what I'm saying? But when you say real, you have some transgenders that get mad, but that's the truth. It's like the truth is becoming afraid to be spoken to pacify things that are not real. I don't know. I just wanted to come in and chime in on that. Like, what do you think? Biological women that are biological, how do you feel about those things? How do you feel of being labeled, starting in the 90s, being labeled as cisgender because transgender, the community didn't want to stay away from saying biological or real woman? Like, how do you feel about them giving you a term? That's a term that they gave us, not something that been written down in doctor books, nursing books, school books, scientist books, or anything like that. That's something that they became on. Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about them saying that men can have babies and the pain birth that we go through and having babies and periods now have to be done? Now we have to share this with men, with something that's not true. Like, what? Like, taking the female sign off of pads to pacify transgender men? Like, what else? Now a transgender is saying that it shouldn't be a problem with dating straight men. Like, when would this, like, trying to piece in the right words, but like, when would this type of stuff, not when is people gonna really open up and have an honest dialogue about this stuff without being labeled or being afraid to be labeled as transphobia or gay phobia or LGBTQ plus phobia? Like, I don't know. Comment down below. I just thought I would share this, and this is no offense to anybody in transgenders, women, men, or whatever. I'm just speaking from me. I just want to know your opinion on stuff. I just want to have an honest dialogue with these type of situations. So comment down below and let me know. Thank y'all. Have peace and blessings.